Have you ever wondered why so many companies pour millions into data, analytics, and AI, but then kind of struggle to see a real, solid return on that investment? It's a super common problem, honestly. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the missing piece of that puzzle, the thing that turns data from just another fancy dashboard into an actual engine for getting results.
Right, this is the big one. This is the question that keeps executives up at night. You've done all the right things, right? You've got the data, you've hired the brilliant analysts, you've bought the expensive software. So, where's the ROI? The answer, it turns out, is in a fundamental mix-up about what it really takes to turn an insight into an action.
And this is the absolute heart of the issue. We've gotten incredibly good at training our people to be what you could call sophisticated observers. I mean, they can build stunning dashboards and tell you with pinpoint accuracy that a problem exists, but the moment you ask, okay, so what should we do about it, they're stuck. They can describe the what all day long, but not the how. So to fix this, we need to get our heads around the fact that there are actually two totally distinct but equally vital literacies that every single organization needs to master. It really is the difference between just seeing a problem and actually knowing how to fix it.
First up is data literacy. And look, this is the one we all know. This is the one everybody talks about. It's being able to work with data, to understand the metrics, to find that story that's hiding in the numbers. It's all about understanding what is happening in the business. And this is where, let's be honest, most companies focus all of their energy and money.
But here is the missing half of the equation: process literacy. This is the ability to understand how work actually gets done in the real world. Seeing the workflows, the handoffs between teams, the connections between all the different moving parts. This is what gives the data its context. And when you see them side by side like this, it just clicks, doesn't it? Data literacy gives you the hard evidence, the what. Process literacy gives you the operational map, the how. They are two sides of the very same coin. One tells you where you are, and the other tells you how to actually get where you want to go.
Okay, now what's really fascinating here is that first row, limitation in isolation. Think about it. Data literacy on its own gives you an insight, but with no direction. It might tell you, hey, our invoice processing time shot up by 23%, but you have no clue why or where to even start looking. On the flip side, process literacy alone is just a map without coordinates. You might understand the flow, but you don't have the hard data to know if it's working well or not. They're just incomplete on their own.
So, the solution is to stop treating these as separate skills. We have to build a bridge that unifies them, one that connects the world of data insights directly to the world of real operational action.
And that bridge actually has a name: Integrated Process Excellence, or IPE for short. It's a framework designed specifically to do one thing: link the data you're seeing to the real-world processes that created it. It makes sure those KPIs on a dashboard are never just abstract numbers again. They're tied directly to specific steps and decisions in a workflow.
And this shows perfectly how it works. It's a continuous improvement loop, right? You use your data literacy to measure performance. Then, you switch hats and use your process literacy to look at the workflow and find the real bottleneck. That lets you drive a super targeted action, not just some random guess. And then, you close the loop by going back to the data to prove that your change actually worked. It's brilliant. So what happens when you actually build this bridge? What's the real payoff? Well, let me tell you, it isn't just a small improvement. It is a massive, massive multiplication of value. Let's just start with a baseline. Companies that invest heavily in only data literacy, just teaching people how to read dashboards, they typically only realize about 15 to 25% of the potential value from their analytics. They've built a whole organization of those sophisticated observers we talked about. But just look at this. Look at the difference. When you develop both literacies at the same time, the value doesn't just double, it absolutely skyrockets. The source material here is crystal clear. The return on your analytics investment is multiplied, big time. That's right, 4 to 6 times higher returns. And why? Well, it's because now your employees don't just see a problem in the data, they understand what's causing it upstream. They can measure the impact downstream, and they know exactly which lever to pull to fix it. They've become strategic problem solvers.
And you know what? This isn't just about empowering your human workforce. This synergy, this combination of data and process understanding is absolutely fundamental to making your AI and automation investments actually pay off.
In fact, get this. AI agents that are trained inside organizations with this high dual literacy, they make 2 to 3 times better decisions on their own.
They don't just get access to clean data, they inherit a deep understanding of the process context that makes that data meaningful, and most importantly, actionable.
So, after all of that, what's the one big thing you need to take away from all this? It really just boils down to a single, powerful idea.
I love this quote because it just nails it. Data literacy is about interpretation. Process literacy is about action. One without the other is really just a job half done. You need both. You need both to turn your data from a cost center into a real competitive advantage.
And that leaves us with one final, critical question to think about. Take a look at your own teams, your own investments, your own training programs. Are you building an army of sophisticated observers, people who are great at describing problems? Or are you building strategic problem solvers, people who know how to use data to drive real, measurable change? The answer to that question will determine the true ROI of your AI future.